Hello there guys, welcome back to the second upload of today. Earlier today I did my Barcelona video basically previewing our season, saying some of the things that we need to do in order to enjoy this season. Now for Chelsea though, we played the Super Cup last night, as you guys will know, and I thought I wasn't going to release a video on it, I wasn't going to do my reactions because I just watched it downstairs in my living room and I didn't have my setup there, but I wasn't going to make a reaction video after, or basically a speaking video after, but after that performance from the Blues last night and everything that went on, I thought I'll make a video on it for any of you guys wondering how I feel on the game. If you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. There'll be a load of football videos coming out. I've also got my La Liga preview, the big one, the big project coming out very soon. I spent a lot of work in that. I'm going to be continuing working on that over the next few days and hopefully getting out to you guys ASAP. Maybe after the first match week, we'll have to wait and see the official release date on that. But anyway, Chelsea versus Liverpool, what a Super Cup this was. Let's get into this video today explaining everything for you guys. So I think before we actually get into the game and start dissecting it, it's important to know the circumstances coming to this game. Of course, this is a new Chelsea team under Lampard with our transfer ban. Haven't been able to sign any players. We lost two of our most experienced and best players in David Luiz and Eden Hazard to Real Madrid and Arsenal respectively. And our team is, you know, people would say in tatters, but right now it's a really fresh and young and hungry team, and it's extremely exciting to watch. But coming off of that 4-0 loss to United, you know, spirits wouldn't have exactly been the highest, you know, heads would have been down. That's a hard road to take, especially for the youngsters in the team. But coming there tonight, or last night, what a performance from the Blues. And you compare that, we played at Old Trafford with our young boys as Lampard's first game as Chelsea manager, as a first official game after pre-season, of course, with that young Chelsea team playing, and we know we ended that on an early Sunday evening. Liverpool have had a nice first game at home at Anfield, at home to Norwich, and yes, you know, of course Norwich are a good side, but you know, playing on Friday night compared to playing on Sunday night essentially, it's a big difference there. So Liverpool would have had 2 days extra rest, 48 hours in total, around about 40 approximately. And you know, Chelsea aren't exactly in the best shape right now, but coming there today with those circumstances in place, what a performance from the Blues. So if we look at the lineups of today's game, I think Klopp decided to tweak a few things there. You know, he rested Firmino, making sure he didn't get any injuries. Alexander-Arnold didn't feature, and you know, Naby Keita wasn't fit. But other than that, you know, pretty strong Liverpool team. Adrian in goal, but I still rate the man as a second choice sort of goalkeeper. You know, very good, and we saw that in the shootout, which I'll get into later. But in terms of Chelsea lineup, that's probably the main thing to talk about. I feel as if Lampard got this spot on player for player. I wouldn't have done it any differently myself with what we've got available. Left Zuma in there after his tough game against United, and he made up for it. Great performance by Zuma today. It really helped deal with Salah and anyone running in behind. Oxlade-Chamberlain was nothing in that game. That was largely down to Emerson though, who was also excellent. That three-man midfield of Jorginho, Kante and Kovacic was superb. All of those fans criticising Sarri for playing Jorginho in that Regista role, and then Kante further forward, completely and utterly shut up. We know that's the way forward. You know, there's smart people thinking about football know that's the way forward, but people are just so obsessed with playing Kante in that CDM lone spot. It doesn't work. Kante is a midfielder who plays next to someone. Kante is a lone DM. It doesn't work. He doesn't have the technical ability to it. But we saw Kante in that right centre mid role, how excellent he is. He was the best player on the pitch last night, according to many people. You know, I would throw Jorginho and Emerson in there too. But you know, Kante, what a player he was in that spot. That is where he can play this season. That three-man midfield of Kovacic, Jorginho and Kante, absolutely superb selection and performance. And then up front we had Pulisic, Pedro and Giroud. Perfect. I wouldn't have done it any differently myself. You know, he got rid of Barkley, he got rid of Mount in there. Two players who I really respect. They came off the bench and they made differences. Both scored their penalties too. But yeah, you know, that front three, perfect in my opinion for this game. In terms of how the match ended up starting, we basically, in my opinion, in that first half, just shut up Liverpool. Then they came out and thought they should be relatively comfortable. Let's just go ahead, let's get another European trophy, and that'll be that. And it wasn't like that at all for Liverpool. You know, they came out, we ended up suffocating them a lot. We won their ball back a lot. You know, we minimised their chances big time. We kept on coming forward. I was thinking, when are we going to score? Is it going to be United again? You know, Pedro hit the bar in there. We're having a few of the shots that just went wide of the post. We were getting closer to Adrian's goal bit by bit. You know, he made that save against Kovacic. But as the game was going on, I was thinking, this is Chelsea in the final here, and we're going to be in this right till the last. You can almost see, after those first 20-25 minutes, that this game was going to go right to the wire, because Chelsea were right up for this one. And in the end, we got our goal. You know, brilliant run through midfield from Kante. He then gives it to Pulisic. He does the rest. Brilliant from Pulisic, can I just say. Slots into Giroud and into the bottom corner for 1-0 Chelsea. Brilliant slick goal from the Blues, and a deserved one at this point too. For the last 10 minutes of the half, Liverpool had nothing. Pulisic scored a cracking goal. I went insane myself. The flag then went up, of course, with VAR. Devastating. That happened then later in the game with Mason Mount too, which we'll get on to. Half-time, they're 1-0 Chelsea, and I was so happy, but we knew what was coming. We knew Liverpool were going to make those changes at half-time, and already, within 2 minutes of the second half, they brought themselves level there. Goal by Sadio Mane, very, very lucky in there, marginally onside. And yeah, what can you do? It happens sometimes in football. They snapped us back there, and I was thinking, wow, here we go, because they had a really good 10-minute period at the start of that half. Once we got past it, though, 55th minute onwards, honestly, to the 90th minute, all Chelsea again. Chelsea dominance. Mason Mount got that goal. It was disallowed, of course, it was offside in the end, but very unfortunate. And it was just pure and utter Blues dominance. We couldn't get the final goal, though. We couldn't get ourselves back in front. Of course, Liverpool had that chance at the end there. Brilliant double save by Kepa onto the bar off Van Dijk. But all in all, splendid performance from the Blues. And it ended up getting us extra time at 1-1, which I was really pleased about. But I also was thinking, we could have won this game in normal time here. It would have been epic. But what a performance from Chelsea. And as we headed into extra time, Liverpool, of course, got that early goal again. Mane, brilliant goal that. Can I just say again, just onside. Everything seemed to be just offside for us and just onside for them. And I was thinking, oh dear. But then Abraham won the penalty. He had a great impact off the bench, Tammy Abraham. And then Jorginho converted it. What a player he was on the night, Jorginho. Want to give him massive credit in particular. And then that's that. In the end, it played out again. I feel as in that extra time period. Could Chelsea have got a winner? I think so. We look at the fresher of the side. We look at the more complete of the side. We dominated Liverpool in the midfield. We suffocated their front three. They barely even got the ball. And that defence was under constant pressure, honestly, from like Pedro, Pulisic, Mount, whoever was running at them. They had constant things to think about. And, we were running them ragged. I think Klopp would admit that if you asked him about it. But it went to penalties. We know what can happen there. The first 4 penalties of each side were indeed converted. Then it went down to sudden death. But can I just say before that, Kepa so nearly saved 2 of Liverpool's penalties. Did really well staying on his line, continuing with the new rules, of course. So he couldn't really come off as much. Maybe if he could, he would have saved those 2 penalties. But as it stood, he got big hands on both of Alexander-Arnold's and Origi's penalties, and they still went into that corner. Devastating for the Blues. And I was thinking, is it one of those nights? And in the end it was, because Salah converted, then Abraham missed, and you're just thinking, what a chance missed of a trophy. But after the performance of the Blues, after dominating the European champions after over 120 minutes, with the circumstances going into this game, I think every Chelsea fan just couldn't really help but be proud of that performance, which is why I'm making this video today. I wanted to say, how proud we are to be Chelsea fans right now. Brilliant performance from the Blues. So unlucky for it to fall to Abraham there. And also a quick word on Adrian, guys. Off his line, I don't want to just basically say that, we were robbed there. I feel as if we were the dominant side who didn't get the win. That happens sometimes in football. But Adrian's off his line there. They've added that new rule basically to stop this from happening, to stop goalkeepers from coming off the line and closing down the angles. If he's on his line there, that probably trickles in down the middle, to be honest. But he comes off his line, swipes his foot at it. It's not legal in football anymore, guys, and that's the line of it. It's as if saying you do a 2-footed challenge to someone's chest and you don't get a red card. It's the same, because it's the rules of football that's a red card. But yeah, I don't know. It's the same as saying if the full ball's out of play and you play on. That's kind of what it is now. This is a new rule in football, so we need to start going for it. I don't think people are treating that with enough importance as it has. Adrian is clearly off his line there, and the penalty should have been retaken. I don't want to blame the ref on it, because I thought she had a good game in general, probably. I thought she could have got a few of those free kick decisions the other way around, but it doesn't really matter. It happens every game, no matter the referee. And honestly, in terms of referees, I just think they need to be bold with these sorts of decisions. I don't care what gender, I don't care what race you are. If you're going to be strong and follow by the rules of the game and be brave in these situations, then I want you as my referee. I don't care what sex you are. I'm sure one of the male referees would have done the same. I'm honestly sure, because they just don't want to make the big decisions at the time. And she'd already seen Adrian go off celebrating, and it was hard to put it back there. But you've got to be brave. If you see they're off their line, then you blow your whistle and you say no. That's the rules. You can't do that anymore. But that didn't happen. Liverpool won the Super Cup. And there you go. But, of course, it wasn't just that simple. I wanted to make this video basically saying, how proud all of us Chelsea fans are of the team last night. It was an excellent performance. We were super proud of Frank's boys. Honestly, we're really excited for the season now. After seeing the United performance, after seeing the performance against Liverpool last night, 2 of the best teams in England playing them, not even at Stamford Bridge. I was really buzzing with how well we did there, guys. Dominating both games in my opinion. We had that spell in the United game where we just lost control of it, and then they ended up running us riot. But throughout the Liverpool game, even when they scored, we've still maintained our shape, we've still kept going, and even after they scored both their goals, we were still the dominant side for large periods of that game. So I just want to say I'm incredibly proud of the boys. And you know, honestly, we're excited for the season, we're excited for what it brings, you know. We've got a lot to look forward to here as Chelsea fans. If we play like this, and with all of the players we got returning from injury, you know, that wasn't even our strongest team up tonight. We're still missing so many players, Reece James, Rudiger. You know, we're missing Loftus-Cheek, we're missing Hudson-Odoi. We're missing big names. Willian's not even fully fit yet. You know, someone who I listed at the start of the season for who could be crucial for us this year, and I still feel that. He could be a leader for this side and get goals in vital moments like tonight, if he was playing, perhaps. So I still feel that there's plenty of things to get excited about for this season. As I mentioned with Barcelona earlier, you know, this is going to be a long old season, but we can do it. Honestly, I'm excited to see what Frank Lampard has got up his sleeve here, because this Chelsea team looks hungry, and it's something that I really was proud of last night. You know, everyone there looked like they really wanted to play for the football club, and you know that sounds obvious, wasn't it? But in modern day football, that isn't the case often. You know, you see players like Mesut Ozil or Gareth Bale or players like that, and these are big players, but they don't want to play for the clubs anymore. This Chelsea side that we have right now is hungry, it's young, it's fresh, and even the experienced players are fighting for more. How much has Pedro won? But look at his work rate yesterday, tracking back, you know, keeping Mane out and Robertson at bay. They subbed off Robertson in the end. You know, the guy was shattered, he couldn't do it anymore, and he didn't even have an impact on the game. Probably one of the first times I've watched the lad. He's an excellent left back, don't get me wrong, probably the best in the world. He's up there with Jordi Alba, I still can't decide. You know, Pedro tracking him back there, and the same goes for the whole team. You know, how hard they worked in that midfield, especially. I wanted to point out Christensen and Zuma recovering after the tough time against Old Trafford well in there today. I thought Aspie was a great captain. Kepa in goal, making superb saves again. You know, so unlucky in the shootout. You know, how many shootouts has he saved us now? So yeah, I was backing him, but he couldn't quite claw out for us this time. I'm sure he will in the next. Emerson was stunning at left back again, guys. He's really cemented his spot as the first team left back now. You even look up front, Giroud coming in, getting a goal, Abraham off the bench, he won the penalty. He can still hold his head high, in my opinion, guys. You know, he'll be gutted he missed, but he stepped up for it as a young lad, and there'll be bigger moments for him in his Chelsea career, I'm sure. You know, Mason Mount came off the bench. I was worried with taking Pulisic off, but Mount came on. He just carried on in that same form, charging at the defence, getting shots away, getting balls into the box. He was again superb. So, you know, I couldn't honestly fault anyone on that pitch. You even look at Tomori, you know, a Derby County player last season, coming on in the Super Cup final against Firmino, Mane and Salah, and he just dealt with them, guys. You know, you can say Mane scored, but, you know, Tomori was in there, he was sweeping things up, heading balls away. He looked very comfortable. I didn't really feel that nervous, actually, when we were defending the Blues last night. I just felt as if we had complete control over that football match, and we got so unlucky in the end to not walk home with a trophy. But it does fall to that sometimes. It felt like that in against Bayern 6 years ago, almost today. I remember it very well, being a Chelsea fan now. But it's happened again, boys. And what can we say? In the start of Lampard's reign, very promising stuff for the future. I'm really excited. You know, we've got Leicester now on the weekend. We're going to be tired. I understand that we may even lose, but even if we do, I'm going to stay positive because I can see a big future in this team. Then we've got Norwich, then we've got Sheffield. Those two games are going to be games where we're going to have rest. We're going to be a fully fit side with a few players come back from injury too, and we're going to be able to show the rest of the world and the Premier League how ready we are under Lampard, that we're not just a transition side. Maybe at certain points of the season we're going to have transition games, but this team is ready to fight for the badge, and that's what excites me the most. So yeah, guys, there you have it. Those are my thoughts. I wanted to give a passionate display for the Chelsea fans out there today, because we can be proud of our side after that performance. Stunning attitude all over the park. I was so pleased to see the boys out there last night, and now I'm excited for the rest of the season, guys. What it brings, I'm not sure. Will we get a trophy? I don't know. That could have been a chance for one last night. But we move on now. We've won plenty in the past. If we don't win one this year, it's not the end of the world. We know how good we are. We know how successful we are. We need to start thinking about ourselves, forget about everyone else, and just know that this team has one of the biggest futures in football right now. Thank you guys for watching. Drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed. Subscribe if you know. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.